Welcome to the rat house, baby, where the truth ain't quiet, and neither are you. Where the ChatRats crew slide in, pull up a seat, crime talk, cold facts, and a jazzy backbeat. We got stories to tell, got some justice to serve. So pour up that coffee or something with a swerve. There's Rat Daddy leading 6'5", a cool Toys the queen with the sharpest of tools. Dean's cracking jokes, Mary B's got the tea, and Lawleen lays the law down, real boss energy. MJ's got the fire, Gingy's taking names, Cassie's dropping Angel Baby's in the game. The clerk's keeping order, Misty's watching close. Pinky promises, keeps receipts, and she does the most. We're the ChatRats, baby, worldwide and bold. Stories unfold while the crime scene gets cold. Puff, puff, pass, and the truth gets exposed. At the rat house, baby, that's how it goes. Snap, snap. Cherry lights it up. Sherry lights it up, neon glow behind her head. Tombstones drops the facts that awake the dead. Connor's taking notes, Janine's on the clock. Petty the paralegal keeps the court on lock. Sweet woman, sweet, but she'll sting if you like. Calypso keeps it cool, got that island vibe. Prince Lover's in purple, that Texas pride glowing. Sherry's laughing loud while the facts keep flowing. Bum, 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 bum. Da-da-bum, da-da-bum, ghetto. OG coming through, crazy eye cheese, oh you better believe. Robo-rat clicks, sparks, gears in his head, breaking the code till the lies drop dead. Jump, we're the ChatRats, baby, worldwide and bold. Stories unfold while the crime scene gets cold. Puff, puff, pass, and the truth gets exposed. At the rat house, baby, that's how it goes. Crime solving cracks. Worlds are stage. That's a fact. Together, we're the ChatRats crew. We ain't looking back.
What's up, everybody? That was my best LYK impression. What y'all up to today? What's happening? What's today? Tuesday? 2 for Tuesday? 2 for Tuesday. What up, people in the chat? What's up, Barbara? Hello, Barbara. What's up, Jess? Leslie's girl in the house. Smadahari. Diane G. What's up, Cheryl? Hello, Cheryl. Big pork chop. I love a big pork chop, boy. Got me on that. So what y'all up to out there? Watching a little Melanie Little, I'm sure. Watching Melanie Little. Check it all out. So it's another pregame show. What up, Swiss Miss? Sarah D. TC in the house. BLT. Bacon, lettuce. And crispy, juicy, soggy tomatoes. Nice. So what y'all doing out there? Kate Haas, hello. Uh-oh. The first special guest has arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Meredith B.
I'm a special guest?
Yeah, special guest today.
All right, cool.
Didn't you ride the short bus?
Yeah.
So special. Now, what you up to today, Mary?
Nothing really. I'm just catching up on some Lively versus Baldoni.
Oh, Yeah, tell us about it. You've been watching it for a while. What's the
Yeah,
goings on now?
well, right now I was listening to the deposition of Justin Baldoni by Blake Lively's lawyers. And for anyone who doesn't know what this is about, it's from the movie It Ends With Us that Justin Baldoni produced and directed, and Blake Lively starred in. And she's a terrible human being who her and Ryan Reynolds attacked pretty much all of Wayfair Studios, including Justin Baldoni, who's the kindest, most beautiful human in the world.
In the
And
whole
I love
world?
in the whole world. Seriously, like this man is like, I will
Of
not
course.
accept anyone unless they are exactly like him, because he is just such a like a caring, kind, and person that wants to make the world a better place. And for someone
What's
to
the
attack
popcorn channel? What is it?
Popcorn Planet.
Popcorn Planet. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
so this
got
has
a
been
ton
going
of
on for
fucking
about a year and a
subscribers.
half.
Dude's almost at 1,000,000 subs.
Oh yeah, yeah.
955,000. Damn.
Well, it's
Yes,
it's those gossip channels, like those Hollywood gossip channels, they get a lot of people. And the Daily Dose of Donna, she covers it too.
Jolene Lunzer.
Who?
Jolene Lunzer
Oh yeah.
does a lot
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah. So I mean, and anyone that covers it is totally Team Justin, because this is 100% like the Hollywood elite going after someone who's like not as well known and famous, and just, you know, using their fame against him. And this time it's not going to work, because they went after Justin Baldoni, who again is the most beautiful, amazing, kind human in the world. So it's not going to happen.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going to happen tonight. We've been like, our crowds have been off. So Melanie's still on. We'll see what happens when she goes off. It's been a little weird, been a little slow.
Yeah. And,
We just
I
got to
think it's just
sledge through it.
less people on YouTube in general, I think. And,
No, not really. Not really. I watch all of them. So everybody else's crowds are about the same.
yeah.
Just not mine, which, it's a roller coaster, especially as a small channel. You plateau, you go way up, you come way back down,
Yeah.
But we've been sitting at 300 people. Now we're slacking on that. So maybe we'll pick it back up tonight.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
maybe we should
maybe
start
we
doing
won't.
drama with another channel, and then that would bring the numbers right back up.
It probably would. Probably would, unfortunately, because that's what people want.
Yeah.
They want the drama. They say, "Oh, I'm tired of the drama," but then they're right up in the mix of the drama channels, dramaing it up.
Yeah.
Drama. Love it. People love it. I like it.
Well, if
Uh-huh.
anyone wants to talk about the Justin Baldoni case, I can definitely get into that drama.
Yeah, Mary B's got all the lowdown on Justin Baldoni.
And he is
That's what
hot.
she wants to do to him.
He is
She wants
hot.
to-
I mean, I would normally, like, a guy that hot, I would just be like, I want to have him. But like, he loves his wife so much that like I could never. It's just, they're so adorable.
So this ain't you?
No, I would like to do that to a guy that's exactly like Justin.
There
not-
can't be two guys that are the greatest in the world.
It's
There
true.
can only be one. Like
It's
the
a tough act to
Highlander.
follow, but for anyone
It's
out
like-
there that wants to, be with me, you just have to be exactly like Justin Baldoni. That's it. Simple.
Highlander rules. There can be only one. They must ancient sword fight. Nice. But we'll see what happens. Let's see what all I had to do today. Well, watch some more of Karen Reed's interview because it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's a good interview.
And then the little news article, Boston 5 little thing on Morrissey's announcement. which
Oh,
is
yeah.
only 2 minutes. So
Hey, I called that one, didn't I?
yeah. Oh, $4.99 don't count towards the goal. Damn, that's cold.
Oh, it
I don't know why
doesn't?
I don't know why they do that.
Stupid.
Yeah, $5 or higher. Oh god, they're killing me with that. I need a super grift. I need a super grift for the next 2 weeks.
Grifting ain't easy.
It's really not. It's really not as easy as some of them make it look.
Mm-hmm.
But if it wasn't for Diane G and Pinky Promises, we probably would have shut this shit down a long time ago. So can't quit.
Well,
Can't
thanks
quit.
for anyone that supports. Gives me something to do.
Yeah. It's fun. A bunch of trials coming up too. I mean, there's trial testimony we could watch now, but dear God, it would just run people out of here like fucking plague. Like the opening statements did yesterday.
Yeah, I did
That's what
find the
happens though. When
case
when
very
ba-
interesting.
when Baker watches trials, his numbers are low. I just
Yeah.
don't think people are interested in watching all trials. Just the really good ones like Karen Reed, maybe Murdaugh. You know what I mean, Bo? You know what I mean, Bo? Hey, Bo.
I didn't even watch that, but my sister watched it, and that's her main complaint.
Bo.
Bo.
Saying Bo over and over again. Hey, Bo.
Very often.
Hey, Bo. I've been in the South forever. Maybe I've heard one or two people say that,
Yeah. It's one of
but
those
I
things.
like that. Not that much. Murdaugh boys. Paw. What's up, Crazy Brazilian? One of my favorite peoples.
Hey, Chrissy
Greatest
Brazilian.
show caller of all times, besides Not That Dina. It's a close race.
Yeah, there's a lot of good callers. There's a lot of really bad callers, but there's a lot of good callers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You can always look forward to them.
That's what makes it fun. One day we'll let people call in here, but I don't know how to do that yet because I haven't tried it.
Yeah.
Not real sure how you get the number and all that jiggamadroos going. You know
Yeah,
what I
we
mean?
do enough stuff.
Yeah, but it'd be cool to get some trolls to call in, like that Babs lady. I saw her in Melanie's chat.
Right? Oh, here comes
It's
Frank.
stalking my ass. Want to come by the studio, come by Warner Brothers over here in Mississippi and do it live. What do you think I am? Who do you think I am? Katie Couric?
Seriously.
Got the setup and meet you somewhere and just set it up. Who's moderating this thing? Get somebody like, hell, I don't know. Get Joe Rogan to moderate it since we're daydreaming.
Sure.
So we can debate our ideas. Lady,
It's not going to be a debate. Freya, seriously?
if I could study all the time and do this, I could do it really well. And just sit here and like the rest of them by myself and just yabba. But I just don't have time to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you're doing it after work. Like you have a day job.
Yeah. So I just don't have time to do that.
Freya.
I wish I knew how to, Crazy Brazilian. I wish I knew.
Freya just jumped up here and she's like knocking everything off the desk.
But I think in Google I can hook my phone to the computer. I think that's how you do it. But after the debacle of trying to stream and the shorts thing too, I'm scared to fuck with it.
Yeah, don't you have to get like a fake phone number and stuff too? Like you
I
gotta
think so. Like some kind of Google assigned number. I have no idea. Just another phone bill. Nights and weekends, people. Especially Angie. Angie run that damn Discord phone bill up about $75,000 a month. I had to call in the Chinese government to help me pay the bill. So it's crazy. So yeah, I'm just bored. I ain't in a hurry. I got 2 songs we're gonna listen to. But what I really want to talk about beforehand is Karen Reed giving us swingers after I've been chastised by the glare on more than one occasion, mainly because of my wife, about swingers.
Yeah,
And
wasn't that the thing that she said on under your name? Was that
oh yeah, when she was
when
when
you
I
were
was
making hamburger
cooking,
helper?
she was on my iPad with that shitting grin. And then I got my ass chewed out for about 10 minutes by the glare. When I realized it was me, I was like, oh, he's talking to me.
So wait,
Awesome.
Karen said something about that? I didn't watch the interview.
Oh yeah, Karen said John told her when they first started dating that there was a big swingers were a big deal in Canton. There was a big ring of swingers.
Ew.
And that Jim McCabe and Brian Albert were part of that.
Ew. That's
Well,
so
that's what we all
weird.
said for so long. And they were like, oh, that's just gross. Nobody would fuck those people. Well, guess what? The
Well, because
results
I
are
mean, you
in.
think about it, and they're all related. So, is Higgy swinging? Because he's not related to anybody.
He
But
probably
like,
was trying to get in there.
did Jen and Nicole swing together?
No, I don't think it was like incest or anything like that.
Yeah.
Just a little swappage.
Oh, it's just swapping. Okay.
Yeah, just a little swapping. I
So
probably.
did Nicole sleep with Matt? Ew.
I
So
think Matt's
gross.
like the head cook. Like,
So they're sisters and Eskimo sisters.
yeah. Why is that saddle in the middle of the room? Oh, that's Matt's chair. Where
Oh
he
my
hangs out.
I can't. That's so yucky.
That's
I
where
didn't
he
even know
hangs
that.
out where everybody's fucking. That Claire says would not be fucking, though nobody would fuck those people. Well, guess what? They've been fucking each
They
other.
fuck each other. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, there's someone for
You know,
everyone, you know?
negative plus a negative equals a positive. But that's what Karen said. That's what Karen said John told her.
So yeah, that makes sense why she wouldn't want to go in the house.
And they've probably been trying to drag John into that for quite a while.
Probably.
Oh yeah, that's why she was, oh, where are you, John? You coming over? It's PB&J time. And now I realize they wouldn't talk about sandwiches. They wasn't talking about sandwiches. Nope.
No, do you think they tried to like rope him in and he tried to run away and fell and that's how he died?
I have no idea.
He's like, ugh. Sorry.
No idea. But I know obviously it was happening, which is crazy.
Yeah. How about did they well, I mean, I guess we can watch it, but anything about the white stuff that goes up the nose?
I doubt that with a bunch of cops.
Yeah, and if they're swinging, it makes that whole
I mean, they're already,
a little bit more difficult,
yeah,
as
yeah,
they
they
say.
got too much to worry about. None of those swinger shows like on HBO and all that, none of those people were all good looking.
No, most swingers aren't.
Yeah, they were not good looking at all.
I apologize to any swingers in the chat.
So what do you think about that, ladies? All them like dudes out there that are 2s and 3s just living the life of like a Persian king out there with their,
Some ladies are just looking for a penis, you know?
well, I think they're finding them. I think they've gotten on to a good little lotto and they ain't gonna let them go.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they were butt dialing.
Yeah, they were.
That's part of their kink.
Yeah, that's not the paddle, Brian. Oops. 27 whiskeys to make you
Yeah, that'll do it.
use your phone as the paddle. All right, so looks like we're still in the slumber zone. Might as well listen to a couple songs and chill out.
Let's do it.
My ego can't handle much more of this. Here we go.
Cut. Clench. Kegel. Here we go. Scalpel so sharp when I step on the scene. Facts on deck, my cut so clean. Dear little sweet, baby Jesus, grab that spleen. I clock your vitals while you spill that tea. Truth got pulse, you flatlined on me. I scrub and clean while y'all talk cheap. I chart receipts, no gossip sheets. Next patient, please, I don't treat deceit. Clutch those pearls, bitch, breathe. This is Nurse Kim's creed. Facts stay raw, I don't plead. Mic in my hand like Ivy's feet. Going for pressure, that's the Boston way. I bleed, no cap, truth in my veins. Runs facts all day. Talk your shit, but mind your speed. Cause clutching's part of the creed. Talk your shit, I sterilize scenes. Burn through lies like I'm autoclave steam. Mask on tight, can't breathe my air. Pressure so thick, it'll cold you there. Vitals jump when I walk in clean. Truth gets served while you spill that tea. Calm as a cut, no shakes, no plea. I'll make the facts bleed, pretty for free. Clutch those pearls, bitch, breathe. This is Nurse Kim's creed. Facts stay raw, I don't plead. Mic in my hand like Ivy's feet. Going for pressure, that's the Boston way. I bleed, no cap, truth in my veins. Runs facts all day. Talk your shit, but mind your speed. Cause clutching's part of creed. Oh, you still with me, lovies? Don't chase clout, chase context. Oh dear sweet baby Jesus, half these takes need triage. Read this chart back, word for word. Every line I spit is a fact confirmed. Perception versus projection, same disease. Only truth gets sanitized by me. Blues Clues, motherfuckers is Debbie. Clutch those pearls, bitch, breathe. This is Nurse Kim's creed.
Good one. Good one. Oh, hold on.
And happy 40th to Nurse Kim. Welcome to the 40s. It is so
Oh,
fun.
it's Nurse Kim's birthday. Well, happy birthday, Nurse Kim.
We love you.
Welcome to the SS Cupcake Yacht Club. All aboard. SS Cupcake, steady vibes on love already. Floating on this don't see so sweet. Smooth and clean, I don't know what I mean. We're cruising. Gotta trust. Yeah. Say it loud, make it chatty, yeah. Galley crew, we all love you. Today saying, oh no, yeah. No. Overruled. Keep it moving. If not, there's a special spot for you. Black Island. Already out a speedy ride for you on the SS ship of fools. Bye-bye. Yada, 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 yada.
So, want to know what's funny about that Block Island thing?
What?
So, you know, there is really a place called Block Island, right?
Yeah.
It's off the coast of Rhode Island. And I've been there one time. I went there. I forget exactly when it was, but it was a few years ago. And the ocean was exactly like that when I went, like all dark and dreary, and like the boats were going crazy. I got stuck on Block Island for like 3 extra days. They weren't running the ferries.
Darn.
So it reminded me of the real Block Island.
You were almost on Stuck Island.
Dude, I literally had to call into work and be like, I'm trapped on this island. I can't get home until the ferries run again.
Damn. That's cold. All right, we'll do a little walk hard.
Go crap. Here, high. Pretty face, drop my neck and guard. You feel me first, long before you hear my name. Walk soft, hit hard, that's the law when I step in the yard. Sweet on the lips, but my truth cuts deep. Don't test me unless you're ready to bleed. I don't flex out, my silence screams. Every move I make rewrites the scene. Storm in my veins, laid in my charm. I don't raise hell, I am the alarm. I'm that quiet shift in the room you sense. The tension you feel when your pride gets tense. The soft one, sure, but don't get it twisted. I'm the sweetest threat your ego ever enlisted. Honey in my voice, lightning on my skin. Blade in my step, danger wrapped in. I walk in calm, make the strong ones flinch. Pretty can be deadly if you push an inch. I learned my power by standing alone. No handouts, no pity. I built my own throne. Truth in my spine, gold in my scars. I don't chase crowns, they orbit where I stand. Walk soft, hit hard. I shake the ground without trying too hard. Sweet on the lips, but my truth cuts deep. Don't test me unless you're ready to bleed. Power don't shout, my hums low. I turn still air into a live wire glow. Storm in my veins, blade in my charm. I don't raise hell, I am the alarm. Yeah. Been overlooked, underestimated, misread. They saw the smile, never saw what I bled. But pressure, baby, pressure fed me. Turns off the skills, set the real one free. Every heartbreak sharp in my aim. Every betrayal, I added food to my flame. They play games, I built worlds. They stole ideas, I rewrote the curls. I'm the woman you feel before you see. The guy you don't meet twice in my lifetime. Don't leave me quite grace loud, so mind sharpened by pain. I don't fear storms, I became the rain. Walk soft, off hard, hit hard, glow warm, cut sharp, pretty smile, loaded hard. This ain't love, this is scar. Walk soft, hit hard. Every step I take leaves the universe scarred. Sweet on the lips, but the truth runs deep. I wake giants, they hope we stay asleep. Power in my pulse, fire in my scars. Hop in the room without raising arms. Storm in my veins, blade in my charm. I don't raise hell, baby, I'm the alarm. Yeah. Walk soft, hit hard. I'm the name.
Nice. Yeah. All right. So, let's see. Watch this little clip from the news. Check this out.
Trial in this case.
The mistrial,
Not guilty.
and then the acquittal of Karen Riiide when prosecutors decided to try her again.
Well, might want to put it on screen.
Galvanized her supporters who say she never should have been charged with murder in the death of her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe. District Attorney Michael Morrissey faced backlash for spending millions to retry the case despite a heavily scrutinized police investigation.
A fish rots from the head down. The district attorney's office, the actual district attorney, is responsible for everybody who works under him.
David Yannetti represented Karen Riiide. He questions the motivation to try Riiide a second time.
I think that also gave the impression that this was more of a vendetta than a prosecution.
Morrissey stayed silent after Riide's acquittal, but did speak briefly about the case after securing a conviction in the murder trial of Brian Walsh last month.
Sometimes you don't like what a jury has to say, but that's our system of justice.
On a podcast released today, Riiide talked about her prosecution before Morrissey's announcement. She says politics played a role.
We've got a district attorney who has a war chest despite not having any opposition. It's dangerous, and I believe that is why I got where I was and why I got into this position.
Morrissey's office also took heat for the investigation into Sandra Birchmore, whose death was initially ruled a suicide before a former Stoughton police officer was charged in her killing. Morrissey would not sit down for an interview, but in a statement says, being district attorney is about pursuing justice with integrity and fairness. I am incredibly proud of the meaningful work our office has accomplished.
And this election, it is coming up in November. So far, 4 people have indicated they will run for this seat to replace the district attorney. Live outside.
To replace the district attorney. Nice.
Yeah, he's dropping out. He's not even going to try to run against somebody.
First time in a long time.
Yep. Just
Some
shows he
crazy
knows how
shit.
bad he sucks.
Yeah. Be some crazy shit going on now. Once they get the ranks reset.
Yeah. I'd be very interested to see what happens when there's a new district attorney.
Yeah. I guess we'll find out. When is the election?
I believe it's in November.
November. No, we'll be watching for that one for sure. For sure. So let's do some more of this with heavy commentary. Cyber Chick, are you going? Where are you going? Whereforth art thou going?
Oh, I think she's saying bye to Morrissey.
Oh, bye to Morrissey. Yeah. He gone. He gone. Thankfully.
I think state police have to call in local assist whenever they're in a different jurisdiction.
Oh, she's out back. Outside? Yeah. There's somebody in the house. Yeah.
For a split second, I thought Michael Proctor was there to hurt me. I had no idea. Why is he here? Why is he in plain clothes? Why is he at my back door, which is almost in the woods? There's no inviting path to my back door. You'd have no reason to go looking for my back door. I called David Yannetti, and it's just like a dream where you just can't dial the number, or you're trying to text and you can't get the text right. And it's like that in real life. Like, your hands are shaking, and I think I dialed his number like 3 or 4 times before I finally was able to dial it correctly. And I said, David, Proctor's here. There's police here. I don't know what they're doing. And I can't remember if David told me that he had just gotten a phone call that I was indicted, or if he guessed they may have just indicted you. I knew that they were close to, I was hearing through the grapevine that people were testifying. So can't.
Should we get a Cyber Chick up here right now and chop it up with her, talk about some stuff? Just go off the rails.
Of course, if she'd like.
Yeah, if she wants
Only
to.
if she'd like, though. Don't feel pressured.
If she wants to. May not be near the computer to do it, but if so, we can do it.
I remember exactly what David said to me. I think I either called my dad. I think I called my dad. And I said, Dad, I think I'm getting arrested again. And my poor dad, I know that was one of the worst moments of this whole thing, because we were just completely bewildered. Yeah. What now? So I take the phone. It's still dialed in. I'm connected to David.
I'm in my pajamas. I don't even have shoes on. I'm being charged with second-degree murder now?
That's correct.
Vehicular homicide and leaving the scene causing death and bodily injury.
I walk outside. One of the first things that happens, Proctor is reading me. He's reading me my rights, and he's telling me that I've been charged with murder. And Buchnick, in the middle of all this, I'm on sensory overload, but I'm trying to absorb what's going on. Buchnick takes my cell phone and goes, I'll be taking that. And he puts the cell phone, still connected to David Yannetti, in his pocket. There is no search warrant for that phone. That is not the phone I had on January 29th. They already have that phone. So they did, for some period of time, have my replacement cell phone, and who knows what they did with it. I know when they took it, there was an active line open to David Yannetti. So I know when Buchnick took the phone, there was at least an open line. So while Proctor's reading this to me, the indictment and my rights, he starts pinning my arms behind my back, and I'm trying to move away from him because I still don't understand. I've done everything. I've shown up at every hearing. I'm at my house. I haven't broken the law. I haven't driven. Why am I being arrested? I did hear the word murder, so there's gears grinding in my head that something's gotten worse here. So he's trying to pin my arms and cuff me, and I'm trying to move away from him. And at the same time, I'm saying to him, now I haven't heard the tape, but my recollection is I'm saying to him, can I please have some clothes? I'm not even wearing underwear. Yeah. I've had a colostomy bag at 4 different periods in my life. So leaving anywhere without pants or underwear or certain materials that I need is of the utmost embarrassment. And Proctor knows this. He said, I did see a clip of him saying she's worried because I think it was on TV.
Yes.
He said she's worried what she looks like for the cameras. All she can think about is the cameras.
He says, you see how crazy she is. She is more concerned about how she looks on TV.
See how crazy she is? TV cameras on her. She's more concerned what she looks like on TV.
Yeah.
More of Proctor misrepresenting everything, including that. First of all, the only reason cameras were there is because the district attorney or the state police called cameras. I arrived at the state police barracks an hour.
See, that's what I was talking about yesterday. They were talking about reporters' cameras.
Well, I think Proctor on the video, when he said there's cameras here, he's pointing up. So he means the cameras at the house. But then when he's talking about how she's worried about the cameras, she's worried about the TV cameras. So
Yeah,
they're
that
talking
they
about
brought, that they gave the heads up, that they leaked it to. We're about to go get her.
right, because they want to embarrass her.
Oh,
And they
that
want to
was
get the
cool.
public, like, perception of her to be her being arrested for second-degree murder at her house.
Do they ever just call anybody and just be like, "Hey, bud, can you come down here? We've got a warrant for you, so we'll give you today to turn yourself in, get a lawyer."
Yeah, that's what they normally do. That's normal, especially for someone who's not. Oh, hi, Emily.
Hey,
Especially
Emily,
for someone who's not like a flight risk. She's done nothing to show that like she can't be trusted.
Yeah, Emily C, we need a celebrity sighting if you want to come up here and hang out with us. It's been a minute since Rat House Media had a celebrity sighting.
No, it's been like a week, dude. Hey,
A
Marilyn.
week in the YouTube world is like 600,000 years in the real world. It's a lifetime.
Later, and they were all there. I was
Rambo.
escorted from the barracks the next morning for my arraignment, and they were all there, and they were all at the courthouse. So the only reason cameras are involved is because you're parading me and trying to make a case out of this. You're trying to show me looking this way like a criminal, and that's why you called the cameras in. But I should be allowed to put pants on or shoes. So Buchnick goes into my house. I see him on my own home surveillance system. He's in my house for about 10 minutes. I told him where my closet was, where the room was. I have a bunch of suits. I was a professional wearing suits and professional attire my whole career. I have a closet filled with these clothes, and I directed him to that closet. He instead goes to the barracks with a pair of flip-flops. I don't know where he found them from. My Havaianas that I wear to the beach, and ripped jeans that I had just taken off from mowing my lawn. They had holes. They didn't cover my ankles. I would never wear these jeans. The grass stains.
All right, here's all our medication and shoe wear that she wants. No, I'm gonna turn off my camera here.
I can't remember if they gave me the clothes to wear that night in the cell, or if he gave them to me before I went to court in the morning. A girlfriend of mine came to the barracks in the middle of the night.
I think that they showed her somebody putting the clothes down in there with her. So I think it was the night that she was in jail. What do you think? Next witness, I sent you the StreamYard link. Come up here and hang out with us. That's one celebrity sighting.
Next witness.
Send it to Emily C in her ex DMs. So if she wants to come, it's there.
Emily says she can't.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Figured that. Way more pressing engagements. Pressing engagements will get you.
Yeah, dude. Fucking Yuri. He's the worst. He sucks.
What's up, Zep? Hello, Zep. I haven't seen Zep in a minute. What's up, Zep? This is a good interview. She really needed to do this interview. She probably should have done it 4 months ago.
Yeah, but I mean, like she said, I just think she was burnt out. She was just dealing with burnout.
We can't even imagine the amount of stress this lady has been under.
Mm-hmm.
So at least she's talking now, and this is how we remember her. But for the last couple of months, I think we built something up in our head to make her a different person.
Yeah.
You know, and she's not really a different person. She's the same person.
Yeah,
Super
but the
sweet.
difference between us and other people is that we can look at this and we can say, you know, maybe we were wrong. Maybe the things we were saying weren't really like well thought out, stuff like that. Like we could admit that we were wrong.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
Yeah, no,
Because we love some Karen Reed.
we do. We
Like
do.
I said, if she goes on the Reiiide Files, we're watching it. I'm watching it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be there. You know. But this interview did her really well, like put her back in that not sympathetic light, but you can see that she's a super sweet lady, she's super smart, and she's super strong.
Mm-hmm.
And strong and tough are different, and she's both. Because you got to be tough just to keep getting up, not feeling well, having to go to court. You know, PTSD, like Matza said.
Oh, hey, Mazza. Yeah, I mean, like I always kind of related to her from my like extreme feminist kind of persona. Is just that like the way that she's treated because she's a strong, independent woman is just something that I've always been able to relate to. And then I'm just being reminded of that now.
Yeah, we needed to hear her voice and see her emotion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because these last couple months have really given us like a false picture of who she is.
Right.
And you really don't know other people's perspectives. So, you know, her perspective of this whole thing can be completely different than ours. Like, she's not going to know who's cool, who's not, where to be. She just knows who supports her, you know?
Right.
And if they're supporting her more than we are, then that's where she's probably going to want to be.
Right. But they're
Because
not.
even
Karen,
on
they're
the
not.
even on
We're
the
best.
fundraiser, she was teared up.
Yeah.
Soft spoken.
Yeah, she teared up because she saw Scott. That's when I first saw her tear up, was when she saw Scott. And that's probably when I would too if I were her.
Yeah, Scott's
That was a face that was there every single day for her.
Has anybody seen Dina lately? That
No.
Dina?
I haven't seen her in a while.
Well, hopefully she's like on vacation, chilling and relaxing. Soaking up some margaritas with the crazy Brazilian.
With court clothes, with black pants, a black top, and black shoes. And they would not allow me to put those clothes on for court. So I heard her come in. I was in the cell and she said, "Can I give these for Karen for the morning?" And they said something to her like, we can't guarantee that, but we'll take them. They gave them to me at some point the next day. They didn't allow me to put them on. Instead, they forced me to take the bag of clothes that Buchnick had secured, which was ripped jeans and flip-flops.
First right and the first left.
That night was one of the worst nights of my life in the past 4 years because I called David from jail and he was worried. He was not able to tell me anything to allay my fright. I mean, it's not concern, it was fright. And he said, "They've upcharged you with murder. I don't know how they're able to do that, on what evidence, but they've increased the charges. They want to keep you locked up now through trial, through verdict. But if we're asking for bail, they're requesting $1 million, which of course I did not have." So I spent the night knowing that I've got to go before a judge tomorrow. I didn't know what judge it would be. And I have to hope they lower this bail, that they allow me to post it. A judge can deny you bail altogether, that you're a danger to society. You've been indicted for murder. You're not going home.
There are active lawsuits between you and Michael Proctor, amongst others, you know, so there's some things that you can't say, but there are things that are indisputable. So Michael Proctor himself has admitted that he has texted people in group chats. He texted that he hasn't found your nudes yet.
No, Mama C, I did not catch that. We need to know what that is.
Tell us more.
Sounds interesting. Tell us, tell us, tell us. We'll wait.
He talked about and made fun of your medical condition, saying, quote, "She's got a leaky balloon knot. It leaks poo," calling you a, quote, "whack job cunt," and then basically saying you are a babe with no ass.
It's fucking horrible. Horrible. Just to speak about somebody like that. Much less you're the lead investigator talking about your main suspect like that.
Yeah, it's infuriating. It's
How much shit is going to come out on his phone eventually?
Oh my God. And they're getting everything, right?
He didn't just do this to her.
No.
This was a habit.
He's a shitty
formed
human.
over time.
And you can tell, like, he's okay with it. You can tell by his demeanor and that
It's regrettable. I was emotional. Bullshit. You talk about everybody like that. I guarantee you.
yeah, I mean, you can see it when he doesn't know Buchanan's friggin' cam is on, body cam is on. Like, that was him being himself. He was a douchebag.
420, why do you doubt we'll see any of it? Eventually we'll see it, huh? Everywhere needs to be like Florida, the Sunshine State. When that shit's filed, we need to be able to fucking look at it. Period.
Well, we have people like Corey that got the sidebars.
Yeah, but had to sue to get them though. But you got to sue to get them.
Yeah. Well, people are willing to do that. That's the thing, is it's not only Karen and her team. There's a lot of other people who are just, we friggin' want to know.
Yeah, but in Florida, everything's ready to go in public, unless it's, involving children and needs to be, it's super sensitive or whatever. But the rest of it comes right on out. You can see it and you can talk about it.
Yeah.
So Boston needs to be more like Florida for a while so that people can keep up with them better. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't think we're going to go to that extreme, but I think we can get closer.
It's not an extreme. The public has a right to know.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got a right to know. We got a right to be at the courthouse. We got a right to voice our opinion.
Yeah, I just don't see Massachusetts giving us all those rights like all at once.
It's not even rights. It's just a way to handle the court system that's more transparent.
And it's letting people know, like, I don't care if you're a cop. I don't care if you're the DA. You don't get to break the law. You don't get to, skirt requirements and shit.
She's got a leaky balloon knot.
You followed that up with the phrase leaks poo, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, she's a babe. Weird Fall River accent, though. No ass.
When did you first find out about these text messages? What was going on in your mind?
I knew there were vile text messages. They were under a federal protective order.
Mm-hmm.
They were first encountered by my team, by my lawyers in February of 2024, just before the first trial. I was not able to view these text messages. I just knew the generals, that they existed, and I knew they were involved in the cross-examination prep, which I was very involved in.
To have him, Michael Proctor himself, on the stand reading out what he sent, what's going on in your mind?
Yeah, there had been some leaks on Twitter that I saw an account, we called her a big, which I assumed someone like him uses language like that anyway. I knew in general that they were vile, but when he read them, I was actually annoyed that Adam Lally preempted us bringing these messages out in cross-examination. That should have been our moment. He's your lead detective. You're letting him lay this case out. This is showing bias. And Adam Lally, and you always run into this issue with trial, that if the evidence has already come out, you risk the judge saying, Mr. Jackson, Mr. Yannetti, that's already been asked and answered. So there was this worry that Lally is going to let Proctor read the text messages with very flat affect. And he did. You could barely understand. She's a babe with no ass. She has a leaky balloon. And next question, it was by design. Let's get him out there and preempt the defense from getting it out there. Luckily, we were still allowed, and we made the biggest moment of it. I cared more about his lies. What he said about me and my anatomy, it's disgusting, but it did not embarrass me. Michael Proctor does not have the ability to embarrass me. In fact, I have all that I have in my life right now, and the love and support and new endeavors such as this and meeting people like you, ironically, because of Michael Proctor and what he tried to do to me. Joking about my apple. I mean, I don't even want to say it was a joke. He was talking about my rectum and that I've had rectal surgery. That this is a father of children.
I mean, come on, man. That is just insane.
It's disgusting. But that's the thing is, she's right, because all of the shit that he said about her and the stuff that men say about women when they're mad, whatever, that's fine. But the fact that he's lying to everybody and that he's sharing details of the case and admitting that he's biased against her, that's the real shit. That's the shit that's infuriating,
It's a strange way to behave. I just don't feel like after watching so much First 48 and watching all of those detectives, I just don't see any of them acting anywhere near like these guys up here. And that's 5 or 6 different.
Right?
Yeah, but that's 5 or 6 big city detective squads that they follow on that show. And
yeah, well, I feel like
it's upstanding people.
Well, yeah, because a lot of people become cops because they want to make a positive change, and other people become cops because they want people to be forced to respect them because they can't gain that on their own, So you got two totally different types of people there.
This is always hard to listen to. It's just not something you would say about another person.
No.
Especially when you really don't have any evidence at all and you've already made your mind up. It's just do an investigation. Well, you're getting paid. Okay. So it's not like they're saying, okay, give us an answer to this shit today. We need an answer today. Instead, just take 7 days and do an investigation.
Right. It's almost like they were mad at her for not being the one that killed him,
And regardless of who lives in the fucking house, we're interviewing all those people separate down at the station. And we don't want them talking to each other beforehand, period.
And we're going to go look in the house.
Yeah, we're going to check it out. What's wrong with that? You're a cop. You should have no problem with us walking around, checking the basement. Just to make sure
Papsmear's here.
else.
Pap smear. Sorry.
Pap smear. Oh.
It's been a while.
Old school.
Yeah.
Oh, well. It's just very infuriating.
Of boys, scarily. Yeah. This is a husband of a woman, someone's son. This is a cop with power and carrying a gun and my age, more or less. And this is what this is his vernacular, a balloon knot and talking about my rectum. You're not embarrassing me. You're embarrassing yourself. And my medical issues, I've never been embarrassed by. I've struggled to deal with them in society and in intimate situations. But I'm proud of what I've had to deal with. And the more I talk to people and the older I grow, I know everyone's got something. No one's escaping completely in one piece as we age. I cared more about his lies, him lying so blatantly every search warrant, 9 of them took the car at 5:30, Why? Because the CERT team, and this was another major lamppost in 2022 for me, was when I was finally indicted after the awful experience of June 9th into June 10th. The floodgates opened, and now we get all the discovery. And a cousin of mine who's an attorney, we agreed we'd get the discovery, which was thousands of pages. And we attacked.
Prince Lover, from the perspective of a toxic male such as myself, I like the dress. I think it's nice. I like it. So
Yeah, I'm into that boho style, so I love it.
I like it. It's pretty nice. She always dresses nice though.
Yeah.
She always got it sleek, you know.
It from, I think she went from the beginning to the middle, and I went from the end to the middle. And she's a lobbyist. She was working full time, but every night she went home. I worked on it all day. She worked on it all night. And she called me one night. This isn't about July. So I've been indicted now and upcharged for a month, and we're working our way through our discovery. I don't know what day, I would be guessing, but it was like a Thursday, a weeknight. She calls me at about 10 or 11, and she said, Karen, read the CERT report. This is the crime scene services search team. It's an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. And there's a whole box for a narrative about the evidence that was found at 34 Fairview. And there's only 4 lines that I needed glasses to read what they said. And it was that the first pieces of red and clear lens were found at 34 Fairview. I can't remember if the report said 5:45 or 6 p.m. And then all of a sudden it was, my light was not there all day long, because that was something I could not reconcile for months and months in 2022. But how did my taillight get there? How did they somehow find pieces of it broken at John's house from when I hit John's car at 5 a.m? And were they able to transport those? That's the only thing I could figure out. And I still didn't have an answer as to why he lied about taking my car at 5:30 when he actually took it and left at 4:15. And it was that night in July. The CERT team did not find taillight until after Proctor had the taillight. And he had to get himself out of Canton at 5:45. If he's in Dighton at 5:30 in a blizzard, 35 miles from Canton, there's no way he can be in Canton with the Lexus and the Lexus's red taillight at 5:45. And it was just the biggest eureka of, more than the text messages, more than the butt dials, more than the phone and the SIM card cut up at the Air Force Base. To me, it was the cornerstone, because it just bothered me. I just couldn't reconcile, how did my taillight get there? I know I did not break my taillight at 35. I tried to think of every scenario in which I could have, and none of it was reasonable. And then I realized that moment, it was placed there after they had access to it.
And the inverted footage.
And the inverted footage. I mean, the inverted footage didn't come for 2 more years. But when Proctor was on the stand reading the messages.
He's a whack job. See you.
Objection.
So don't spell it. You have to. So these are your words, Trooper Proctor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead and.
That's the greatest line ever. You gonna read them, boy. Go on and read them. You said it. Now say it out loud. That was cold. I love that part.
Say them.
Yeah, she's a babe. Weird Fall River accent, though.
I'm going through his client's phone right now, correct?
Yes, after the picture, sir, yes.
Who's the client?
I was referring to Miss Reiiide.
He also called her retarded, correct?
That is what's written.
And that's what you read.
I have no memory of reading that. I acknowledged him going through the phone on my Apple Watch. I have no memory of him writing retarded
on a text message.
Did you encourage that statement by Michael Proctor by liking it with a thumbs up?
I don't know if it encouraged him, but I cannot speak to that.
But that's what you did.
I acknowledged the text message being sent.
How close did you remain in contact with Michael Proctor after high school?
Say it again.
Don't forget to acknowledge the stream.
Yeah, hit the like, people. It's not that hard, and it's free.
Yeah, thanks for the reminder, Bukaki.
Yeah, you got to help us meet that goal.
I'm just asking for an 8 ball and $2 million.
I'm poor, Aya.
Yeah, you are.
I love that.
Very close.
Could you read all of them, please?
These are not my words. I'm not really comfortable reading these. Do I have to say these words out loud?
I'll say the words, and I'm going to ask you if I'm reading accurately. Is that better?
Yes.
11 p.m., 5 minutes, 57 seconds. Mr. Proctor says, from all accounts, he didn't do a thing wrong. She's a whack job, and then uses the C word to describe. Is that accurate?
That's accurate.
At the bottom, from one member in the group stating, oh, she's skating.
Yes.
Mr. Proctor responds, 0 chance she's skated. She's effed. She's fucked.
Yes.
And then one person in the group says, no ass bitch. Accurate?
Yes, that's accurate.
Mr. Proctor, there's a response, laughed at, quote, no ass bitch.
Yes.
Somebody in the group says, is that chick a smoke? And then the same person follows up with a question mark. Accurate?
Accurate.
Mr. Proctor responds, E-H.
Yes.
Nutbag, as my chief would say.
Yes.
She's got a leaky balloon knot.
Yes.
Leaks poo.
Yes.
Are those the words of Mr. Proctor?
They are.
Did I read those accurately?
You did.
But you're still friends with him?
I am.
He could be a pig and I could still be guilty. That's why I wanted the focus of the jury to be on Proctor's lies and the actual framing and how was this orchestrated, and not on the fact that this man is a vile pig who talks about people's rectums. You could still have a guilty woman and just a very unprofessional investigator. I cared much more about the lies that enabled him to pull off what he pulled off. And the text messages were just, I just spent my energy assuring my parents that do not feel bad for me. This man does not have that power over me. Anyone who looks at me differently because some stranger who's never seen me naked is going to talk about my anatomy. Anyone who finds that entertaining or is going to judge me for it isn't anybody I want in my life anyway.
Yeah. During the trial, you're sitting there. The witnesses are going up onto the stand. They're testifying. They're like, Karen did this. Karen said this. How do you not go up and testify? Do you not have the urge to be like, no, let me tell you?
I did have the urge, and I tried to.
I feel like she was getting emotional during that question. Was she?
What, the interviewer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's. I've never watched her before, but she strikes me as this as the type of person that like gets emotional about things.
She's really smart. I think her name is Sue.
Yeah, she does get choked up, and I think she has empathy.
Make sure we drop that link in the chat about 500 times for Rotten Tomatoes.
Mangoes.
That'd be cool. I mean, yeah, mangoes.
Mangoes. See, they're right there in the background. Those are mangoes, everybody.
Mangoes with nipples.
To quell that and to satiate it by doing the documentary so that I could go back to the hotel at night and be interviewed. The judge was appearing to be so much more lenient with her rulings with the prosecution than she was with us. I mean, we had to fight for everything. And it seemed to be a one-way street, that there was a worry if I testified, the prosecutor, especially Brennan, he seemed to be given even more latitude than Lally was. He did this with our witnesses. He was putting words in their mouths in
Scott, there is a Rotten Tomatoes, but that is not where we're at. We're at Rotten Mangoes. I knew that.
Rotten Tomatoes judges movies.
Yes, they do. There's a lot of rotten somethings out there on this YouTube. It's a pretty good handle if you like rotten shit.
in his questions of those witnesses. Not exactly, but for example, something like he would say to Dr. Wolf from ARCA, so after a car has backed up 60 feet at 20 miles an hour and damaged this arm, then did the car keep going? Like you can't testify for the witness. Wolf has to agree that car, I can't remember the numbers anymore. I used to know them with precision and now I don't, but he would ask a question and insert the answer he wanted, which he shouldn't be allowed to do, but he was. So there was real risk. Same with risks putting Proctor on the stand, that we're not playing by the same rules, that Brennan was just so unethical in his questioning. I was really all right. I had lived 3 years before the first trial of long hearings, battling for things. I was getting used to it at this point. I don't think the public really started paying attention outside of the local market, really started paying attention until trial. But we had hours and hours of hearings for 3 years, including 2 arrests where I was in chains, shackled and handcuffed. So I had gotten very good at venting to the people that were there to be vented to. And I knew if I can escape this hell, I will be able to get my side out. So it wasn't as bad as people think. Like, how did you watch this person and not scream? I felt very close to God. I felt my parents' presence behind me. I had my lawyers who became like family, all of them to me. And I knew they were frustrated on my behalf. And I knew the public, especially by the second trial, the public knew what was happening, that
Rotten Mango has total views on her page are 1,007,465,587.
Damn.
1 billion.
A billion views. That's crazy.
A billion views.
Karen, this isn't your scourge. This is not your cross alone. Everybody behind you and around you is carrying it. Do not let it eat at you. Do not let that person control you. They were all so repetitive and so like one another. Like, I don't recall, and it was the defendant. And I wish I'd known. I wish I had gone outside. And it wasn't laughable. It was very serious, but it was very predictable. And I hope it was transparent to the jury, and apparently it was to both juries, because I was acquitted both times.
Yeah. Did you get a vibe that Auntie Bev did not like you?
Yeah.
Judge Canoni.
Yes. I felt that Judge Canoni did not. I felt that she had a personal animus towards me. Absolutely. I felt it very early on. In our early hearings in 2022, we wouldn't be called right away because there were other cases. They started prioritizing us, and we were drawing such crowds that when we would have a hearing, they would get it started very promptly to help clear the courthouse, get us all in and get us all out, get the media out, and then hear other cases. But early on, when it wasn't attracting a big crowd, we would wait our turn, and there'd be other cases and other.
Yo, what's up, Lawleen?
Hey guys,
What you
finally got
doing?
everything done. I haven't missed any tonight. I've been listening all the time while I've been getting my stuff done so I can focus.
Yeah, I've seen you in the chat.
How are y'all?
We've just been chopping it up.
I'm in love with this interview. Like,
It's really,
that's
really
great.
so
good.
far, she couldn't have done a better job, and the interviewer couldn't have done a better job, in my opinion. She was so prepared and professional. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
What up, Sean 45? Stephanie B is here. What's up, Stephanie B?
Hey,
Boston.
Stephanie.
What's up, Boston? Yeah, so we've just been chopping it up, watching this. But I think it's time that we take our smoke break. which is a good time to remind people we got 7 more super chats to reach the goal. Come on. 7 more, $5 or more, not $4.99.
Don't forget to hit the like.
Hit the like.
Subscribe
twice. Hit it
at
3
Toy
times.
74 as well.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna take a little music break. Light it up, smoke it, chill for a minute. We'll be back in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Light them, smoke them, puff it out. Let's do it.
Just don't tell me you're holding again. Puffs that, puff, puff, you know the rest. Puff, puff, pass, don't make me ask. You holding on tight like it's your last. We all in the circle, it ain't just you. But Mr. Bogart never plays it true. Puff, puff, pass, stop stalling time. Acting like the smoke was made just for your shine. 1 hit then 2, now give me that glass. Don't be that guy. Puff, puff, pass. He rolled it up slow, said this one gas. Slid it real smooth and forgot to pass. I watched him hit it once, hit it twice, then stare. Like the whole damn room wasn't even there. I leaned in close, said you good over there. He smiled and nodded, just blowing smoke in the air. Just that top shelf green, not a solo act. Don't make me reach, just hand it back. Shorty next to me tap, girl where that? I shrug like ass, got me kidnap the pack. This ain't a game, we a crew, not a court. But every time we smoke, he coming up short. He took it to the kitchen, then the back of the den. Told himself one more and did it again. When it came round, it was barely alive. Ash hanging on like it barely survived. Puff, puff, pass, don't make me ask. You're holding on tight like it's your last. We all in a circle, it ain't just you. But Mr. Bogart never plays it true. Puff, puff, pass, stop stalling time. Acting like the smoke was made just for your shine. 1 hit then 2, now give me that glass. Don't be that guy. Puff, puff, pass. Look, if you ain't ready to share, you shouldn't roll. This ain't a hostage situation. It's a ritual. Respect the code. Puff, puff, pass.
Back to this. Here we go.
The defendants called, and I was sitting at a hearing. I want to say it was September of 2022. It was like the first hearing that Alan was on the team for, and we were sitting in the back row, looking at the courtroom on the left side, waiting. And there were maybe 4 other cases that she called, and every defendant, it was all 4 men, maybe 1 woman. Thank you for being here. Thank you for dressing professionally for court. She said this. It was on repeat for every, thank you for being here. Thank you for dressing professionally to court. This happened multiple hearings. Mm-hmm. She never said it to me. There were moments that I felt she was ruling unfairly, but as far as not liking me, that was the first indication I felt she may not like me personally for some reason. And then there was a moment with the verdict form in trial 1 where I mean, your viewers need to see the verdict form if they haven't, that they then tried to present in the second trial. Again, this verdict form, it had, just by setup, it had the word guilty 8 times and the word not guilty 3 times. It's visually confusing. It's visually confusing, and it's prejudicing the jurors to think I'm guilty because they just see the word guilty so many times. So Alan is arguing with the court and with the clerk that we want to revise this verdict form. Yeah. And she's arguing this is how it's always done, Mr. Jackson. This is how it's done in Massachusetts.
All right. Is this Steve?
I was getting excited.
Is this our first Steve sighting in a while? Where the fuck have you been?
Yeah, it's a squirrel. So it is, Steve. We've missed you.
Damn. Where have you been?
I'm so happy.
I've missed my squirrel daddy.
Yeah, everybody's been looking for you, you bastard.
Always. He knows it. He's just teasing everybody.
Yeah. And I couldn't even pick out any of your troll accounts that you've been hanging out with. I've been looking.
Yeah, I mean, that was Stamos. What happened to John Stamos?
Yeah. We need a John Stamos sighting.
Topic of what was happening at the time, and she just kind of dismissed it, and we're done here. And I went, like, just like that. And she said, "Is this funny, Ms. Reed?"
Okay, I disagree with you. All right, excuse me. This is funny, Ms. Reed. All right,
Look
we're
how
done.
excited Paul got. Watch Paul's head jerk so quick. He wants to see her face so bad. He cannot stand her.
Excuse me. This is funny.
Watch him. Keep going.
Funny, Ms. Reed? I disagree with you. All right, excuse me. This is funny, Ms. Reed.
He leans
All right,
over
we're done.
trying to get a look at her face.
Excuse me. This is funny, Ms. Reed.
Bastard.
All right, we're done.
All rise for the court, please.
I think it was prejudicial towards me, the defendant, that she chose to characterize my exasperation as making a joke of the proceeding. Is this funny, Ms. Reed? My jurors and the media heard that, and that was a gross mischaracterization. Judge Cannoni knows exactly what my reaction was. It was one of disbelief and exasperation and frustration. And she addressed me. I have lawyers here who speak on my behalf. You can address my lawyers who can address me. But you addressing me directly is baiting me to then respond to the court, which will not end well for me. But those and the list goes on. But her calling me out, like, she knows what I'm going through right now.
Yeah.
She knows how difficult this is for any defendant to stand trial. When the verdict was read, we were prepared for a sentencing hearing. So my legal team in the days of the verdict watch was split up into two groups. At the hotel, Alan had a suite at one end of the top floor, and Bob Alessi had a suite at the other. And we had two teams. Liza, Evan, Alan, and I were working on the closing argument. David, Yannetti, Bob, and Sophie and Sydney, two of our interns, were in Bob's room working on a sentencing hearing. So if God forbid, I was convicted of anything.
What's up?
Prince Lover is right when she said the jury was not there for that comment. Karen was wrong when she stated that part.
Oh, about the is that
About
funny?
is this funny? Yeah, because immediately thereafter she said, "Okay, we're done here." She didn't dismiss the jury; she dismissed the audience.
Oh yeah, and they were
Right.
talking about the verdict slip, which
Right.
they couldn't have the jury there hearing
Yeah,
that.
Karen just misspoke, but I mean, she's right that it was there for the media.
Yeah.
Yep, I remember that. She still fucking said it though. Like, what if it
Well,
was
yeah.
funny? What's she gonna do?
It
Revoke
was
her bail?
shocking. It was shocking when it happened for sure.
She gonna revoke her bail? What's she gonna do?
She just wanted to scold her because she hated Alan so much.
I mean, it was something funny to laugh at. It wasn't like she was creepily laughing over there like a psychopath.
I'm sure it was more of a like a smile with an eye roll. Like, are you kidding me right now? Like, this is so obvious.
I mean, that's what it was. It was a snarky giggle.
Yeah.
You know, and look away. But yeah, I do think it's funny. Could she have answered that? Could she have stood up and said, "Yes, ma'am, I do think it's funny the way that you rule against us nonstop"?
Yeah, she could do that. And
And she
just like
engaged
she
her.
just like she just said, it would in no way end up favorable for her, no matter what her comment was.
Yeah, but
Bev would
she
be
engaged her and asked
accused.
her the question.
It
She
doesn't
should be able to
matter.
answer it.
She should. A lot of things should have happened in this case. Bev
No,
should have done a lot of things differently, and she didn't.
She could have answered, but she knew better than to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't give him anything.
Yeah, you can't. Because she's not going to let you.
Mm-mm.
You can't give them anything. Like, that's crazy. You can't defend yourself.
Which we thought there was a likelihood I could be convicted of the OUI based on how the first trial ended. Hung up, looking, jurors were telling us they were looking for an OUI, not a manslaughter OUI, but just garden variety OUI that was not there. They were working on sentencing that if I was convicted of OUI, we fully expected, I did anyway, my lawyers were split, that Brennan would ask for the maximum 2 years. So it was such a difficult decision to put the OUI on the slip because I felt I was almost guaranteeing I was going to go to jail. That with this district attorney.
See, that's what I'm saying. I mean, as the judge, are you literally going to bait?
She can't hold her in contempt for answering a question. Now, if she was told to stop her answer mid-sentence or something like that and kept speaking, they could threaten her with contempt.
But I mean,
if the judge asks you a question, you can answer that question without being in contempt.
Boy, if she'd have slipped one in there real good, that would have been fucking classic.
This is so interesting right here, though, about the OUI, because I personally think that a lot of
it should have been 10.
But
We're going to pass them out like this right here. There should have been a whole lot more of them.
Oh, I mean, obviously, one, you shouldn't be able to be charged with an OUI after the fact when there was no breathalyzer or anything like that done at the scene. There was a strapulation, which is controversial. But yeah, no one got one that night. Everyone was drinking and driving.
Video where she's visibly intoxicated.
She had no sobriety test done. That's all ridiculous. I get why they put it on there, but what I was going to say, I really think the reason that the jury deliberated so long is there was at least one person in there who did not even want to give her the OUI.
Probably so.
And if they didn't give eventually, she would have been hung on all of count 2, not just the OUI. They could have recharged her for manslaughter if that one person didn't eventually give.
Yeah.
That's what was scaring me.
And I think it probably ended up being more than one, but they probably.
I personally think it was too, because it's just common sense. How are you going to there's no way that everyone believed the whole strapulation.
Yeah, I feel like Paula and the foreman definitely were like, I don't think so.
Well, I mean, they both have talked kind of like they were in agreement in their interviews with the OUI. So I don't know, but I feel like there's at least one, if not more, and they could have really screwed her by trying to do the right thing, screwed her over, and eventually a third trial over manslaughter, possible conviction.
Right.
And this judge, if I don't put OUI on, the jury is forced, if they want to convict me, it's going to have to do with John's death. But once I put OUI on, just drunk driving, I'm much more likely, based on the
to address this comment, if she went home and had 2 more Jameson on the rocks, just say, then you're going to be way off on your thing.
That's true.
Guesstimation, because all it can be is a guesstimation.
Right, but
people process differently.
You remember here recently, one of the officers' testimony was being replayed that I had forgotten, and he was asked. It was during trial 1 because Lally was questioning him, and he said, "Did she say that she did not have anything to drink?" And he said, yes. And then when the defense got up to question him, they said it was Leonetti. And he said, do you remember interviewing with Trooper Proctor, February such and such, 2022? Isn't that closer in time than today's date? So your memory's better then than it is now. And didn't you tell him that she said, I had not had anything to drink that morning, that she admitted to drinking that night? So I don't know how well an argument would be based on, she had more to drink after she got back to John's, but that's the first time I've ever heard any evidence one way or the other that could possibly come in as argument.
But we know the blood. The blood is the most accurate, though.
But they're making a lot of assumptions there. Like there's metabolism too, like
and our medical conditions have a lot to do with it as well.
Right.
Point is, if her blood showed that she was almost twice the limit the next morning at whatever time, then she had to have drank a lot.
Right at 0.08.
but she more than
according
likely
to
drank
theirs.
that within 2 hours of when she took that blood test. She wouldn't
Well,
have
there's
drank
certain
it at 12
medications
o'clock.
too.
Yeah.
There
No,
are
not
certain medications that can make a blood test be a false
you.
positive.
Every
So, I mean,
hour
there's
and a
a
half,
lot.
your body can process a lot of that alcohol. So if her last drink was at 12:30, just say 12:30. Then
Well,
by
it
the
would have
time
been
she
at
took
least
the
12.
blood, she would have been really low alcohol percentage. So she had to drink probably 2 hours, hour and a half to 2 hours before they did that blood draw.
But what if she's on a diuretic and she forgot to take it? Like, there's so many factors that can.
Yeah, but your body's going to naturally process that alcohol. And
Yeah,
you're
but at
talking
what
about
speed?
8 hours of processing.
Right.
But a person as small as her too, you have to take
Yeah.
that into account.
Doesn't matter.
And when she woke up under duress, she may not have used the bathroom. I mean, she might have got up and went straight to running around. I mean, there's a lot with expelling it. That's why there's so much controversy about the retrograde extrapolation.
Yeah, so your liver backs it up, but it's only going to back up so much. And a lot of it won't make it through there. So in 8 hours, you can process a lot. You're going to come down alcohol percentage a lot in 8 hours, no matter what. You're not just going to hold that same alcohol content, BAC. I've done it. I've used to have the sheriff's department come to the bar once a week with all their trainees, like 30 dudes, 1,500 people in the bar, and I'd have them announce anybody that wants to go not get in trouble and take sobriety tests so they can train. Oh my God, I didn't think it would go over well. There'd be 100 people out there taking fucking, sobriety tests.
Yeah, I've seen them have breathalyzers at the bars for people who wanted them before they
Oh,
took a
I
chance.
had them constantly.
Yeah.
And the reason I did it because a lot of my friends won't listen. And you're talking about thousands of friends. So if I catch you, I usually hang out on the front porch for that very reason. If I catch you leaving, I'll make you take one. I bought like extra straws and all that stuff for the breathalyzers. And the sheriffs that worked for me for a long time, like 10, 12 years. They love giving them people breathalyzers and shit. So they'd have them in their pocket and we'd all bet on what they were going to show
What
up.
they were going to blow.
Yep. It was fun. Long ongoing game. So different people do process different. So, but I think 8 hours is a long time for your body to process the alcohol. So
That's
you're
why
not
they were
gonna,
saying that she had to have been at least twice the limit
you
at
couldn't.
12:30ish.
I know, but her weight twice the limit. She'd be borderline alcohol poisoning.
It just shouldn't have been admissible is my issue.
You can
For
get up
all
to
of
about
those
4
reasons.
times the limit before alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, but I mean, if hasn't drank in 8 hours, let's say, and she's 92 pounds, and she's still twice the limit, 2%.
It depends too, though, on her alcohol consumption. I mean,
All I'm
drank a
saying is that
lot.
means that she would have been close to 3.5% 8 hours ago.
I mean, she was a
That's
regular drinker
borderline
based off
alcohol
those
poisoning.
texts. I mean, she was a
And
wee
I
big
didn't see her
drinker.
drink a lot of any of those drinks. I
She
saw
didn't look
John
like
drink
she
more of
ate
them
anything either.
than she
They
did.
didn't show us the entire videos, which I
So,
also had a problem with.
I
They
think
didn't
she
show
went
the
home.
jury.
I think she went home and drank like 2 Jameson on the rocks. Jameson straight. That's the way to keep your alcohol percentage way up, especially if you don't eat hard alcohol. That's what I think.
She
It was
likes her
closer to the
vodka.
blood draw. Her drinking was closer to the blood draw than they say it was. It had to be.
Evidence, the blood alcohol taken from the hospital, I'm more likely to get a conviction. And while I'm not facing life in prison, I could be facing 2 years in prison. I had to have, I got about a dozen character letters, they're called, of not friends and family, but teachers I've had, students I've had, coworkers of mine. And the character letter has to be written on the premise that you are guilty. You're not arguing for my innocence. You have to accept the conviction, but then argue for the judge based on my character and what they know about me personally, that she should go light on sentencing. So I'm in one room preparing for a full acquittal with Alan's clothes. And then I'm running down the hall and making sure all the character letters are getting printed. And we have case law for the judge that this is a first-time OUI. What do you do for a first-time OUI? You suspend their license and they go to a drunk driving class. If Brennan, which we expected was going to argue for jail time, we had to have a robust motion in opposition. Why not? So the verdict is read. I'm relieved, but I'm still waiting after the final not guilty, the leaving the scene was read. I still have sentencing because I was found guilty of the OUI. So Judge Cannoni looks at Hank Brennan and says, and what do you recommend for sentencing? And this was almost more shocking than the verdict. Truly shocking. Like, I had expected it. If I had to bet an appendage, had thought if I was convicted of OUI or anything, Brennan would ask for the max sentence. And I thought she would split the baby and say, well, the max is 2. I'm going to give her a year. Yeah. Which
we all thought that. Even Bev thought that. She was fucking surprised when Brennan was like, whatever the normal first offense. You know,
I mean, most of the lawyers didn't. Like the law tubers that I watched, they didn't think he'd have much of a case to argue about first time conviction to go for the max. Like it would be obvious that it was a vendetta.
Yeah, but he just switched gears. He went from let me put this chick in jail for 200 years to, well, I don't give a shit. Give her the fucking first offense shit. I don't know. I'm out of here.
He did not
I think
want
he
to
just
be
like
seen.
he was defeated.
He did not want to be seen again after that. He's
I'm not
like, I'm
coming
done.
back here.
Like,
I'm
whatever,
getting my
I don't care.
400.
Whatever.
Give me my 450 and I'm out. I gotta go. I got other shit to do.
What gets us out of here the quickest? Just
I'm not a DUI attorney. DUI prosecutor.
Hey, daughter.
Hi.
How are you tonight?
Oh, good. I've been trying to get on here for like a half hour, but I'm like,
You been in the green room or?
No, I like went to turn on my computer. It was dead. And then I sat up in the bed and then Dakota's like, I'm going to bed. So then I had to move. And
He's going to bed.
to set up my webcam.
Oh, it's 8:30 there.
What a pain in the ass he is.
But doesn't he get up really early?
Yeah, he gets up at 3.
Yeah.
Damn.
When I'm going to bed.
That's when I go to bed. Yeah.
You're it.
Yeah. High five it as you go down the
Good, you
hallway.
get the whole bed to yourself. Cool.
That was 5 dogs.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I know she don't sleep alone with all them animals around.
She gets in the cage with the rest of the dogs.
Pretty
Gets
much.
out of
They know that she's the one that knows how to open it though when they all wake up.
Gets out of Danny's cage and goes to her own cage when he
Oh
lets
my
it.
God.
which is
That's
so
good.
devastating.
Yeah.
So she looks to Brennan and he says, the Commonwealth recommends 1 year probation with a suspended license. And she looks at him and says, same as every other first time offender. And he goes, same as every other first time. And it was like the most charitable thing. Actually, not even charitable. I'm miscalibrated. Yeah. It was fair.
You're not used to that.
Hey, Mr. Brennan, what's the Commonwealth's recommendation?
Your Honor, the Commonwealth moves for sentencing. We recommend a probation 1 year 24D program.
So the standard that everybody else gets on a first-time OUI?
Certainly.
Okay.
She fucking hated that.
That is
She at least wanted him
though.
to try. She at least wanted him to try.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
he was
interesting
like,
though that they had that sidebar because David Unetti in one of his interviews was like, whoa, we're moving to sentencing. Well, we want to get an idea of what you're going to recommend. So it sounds like they didn't even talk about what Brennan's thought process was at that sidebar. Like the first time she heard it was right there.
Yeah. But I mean, he also knows that if they wanted to fight it and they know she's a fighter, it's like, well, you got to produce some better shit to prove I was drinking while I was driving or intoxicated earlier in the night.
I mean, she'd already been convicted of it, but now if they would have gone for the max and gotten it, they obviously would have appealed it and had a really good argument.
Yep. That's what I think.
But she could have sat in jail that whole time during the appeal.
Ugh. Yeah.
That would have sucked.
Well, it was crazy. Hank did a 180 and he was like, you know what? Fuck this shit, dude. Good game. patted everybody on the ass and got the fuck out of there.
Like the most expensive DUI case I've ever charged in my life.
Paid the guy 460 grand just to come fucking win a DUI case.
I thought it was 560 because
Oh, it may have been the final.
accident reconstruction
400
got 400 and something, and Hank was 500 and something.
Yeah,
That's
just a
insane.
cool million on a DUI.
That's crazy to
Just in two
justify to
people.
Massachusetts taxpayers when
Think of
everyone was
better
drinking
stuff
that night.
that could have been done with that money. Think of all of the things that they could have done with almost $1 million.
I mean,
Yeah,
over
like-
2 million with both trials.
Yeah, with both trials. It's crazy.
That's a lot of money.
They could
And
have
some of
gotten
those
a lot of.
individuals getting those big chunks, like 400,000 and 500,000 of it. Ooh.
They could have gotten a lot of evidence collection cups to keep in their vehicles.
Oh,
They
brown
could-
bags. Brown
they
bags that say Canton Police Department on it. Not
They
Stop and
could have
Shop.
gotten body cams for at least one department out of 2 million. I mean,
Those are free anyway.
Two more. We need 2 more $5 super chats. That is a really low ask, and we will hit the goal.
Come on,
We will
no
get
whammies.
some
No
confetti in the chat.
So
More
I'm happy to do it. All right. Thank you all.
1 year probation, 1 year probation on docket number 002.
It's the wildest turn of events. I couldn't believe that this man, Brennan, was just arguing in his closing argument 2 days earlier for me to spend my life in prison. And then he has a moment with a judge that seems favorable to him to send me to jail enough to hurt. A week is enough to hurt. And he says, just slap her on the wrist. I looked at him and it just, so wait, were you faking all along? Or this is the only way to be saved with your public image is you lost. So now you almost have to be reasonable. But this is just a big.
Well, Welcher, $5.99, $7.35, and 45 cents. Do you think they had to add the fucking cents in there?
Well, he had to buy the underwear, didn't he?
I thought Welcher was below Hank. I thought Hank came out just a little above. I had it backwards.
No, I think I remember that final on the final totals.
That was
That's a lot of money for 2 guys.
$5.45.
And Hank obviously did way more work than Welcher did. Welcher just had like a field trip one day where they got some paint.
Hank had his very well paid assistant too.
Oh yeah,
paralegal. Geez, I've never seen a paralegal get paid that amount.
Get on in there and get it. That's the grift.
Get it and get out. That's what they did.
Yeah.
Confetti.
Oh,
yay.
confetti. Thanks, everybody.
Confetti time. Nice. It's always fun when you hit.
Thank you, Clay.
We got 23 minutes till we ride turtles.
23.
Which reminds me, I need to set it up because he didn't set his show up early again.
It just felt like a big game that they call in the jury. They're about to read the verdict. They stuff the courtroom with court officers because if I'm guilty of, if I'm sentenced to anything requiring incarceration, and if I'm convicted of murder, I'm getting cuffed right there on the spot. I can't reach behind and squeeze my mother. I can't hug one of my lawyers. It's over. And I'm walking out the back door. So they surround you and to prevent any outburst and to control me. And then in the blink of an eye, it's, just make her go to a DUI class. And there's a parade out front for it too, by the way. It was just, that was the most befuddling of the 3 months of the second trial was when Brennan said, just 1 year probation. I'm like, wait a minute. You've been trying to end my life. Can you at least be consistent? And pretend you think I'm a bad person? Can you just finish the charade? And even with the judge.
So the standard that everybody else gets on a first time OUI?
Certainly.
Okay.
It was same as every other. I haven't felt same as every other defendant at all in this courthouse. That I was still in shock at that I was convicted of the OUI and that Brennan didn't argue, and all that work we did, of course, because we were prepared. We didn't need it, thank God. But that was one of the more shocking events of the second trial for me.
It is entirely a brand.
Looking at the truth. And I needed to stay strong. I couldn't break down. I did one day going into court. It was just, I just had a really tough time getting out of the SUV. It was just a rough morning. I couldn't go up and down emotionally like that. I had to go in strong. I had to go in tough, and I had to maintain it. I had to control myself the best I could. And I wasn't about to strap myself in to an emotional roller coaster. I would never survive. I had to do this twice. So I understand. I do understand the public saying that's horrible what I just heard or what I just saw. First of all, things that may have seemed emotional and upsetting to the public, I may have found to be insincere. But a lot of the gruesome images I have dealt with and seen nearly daily. I understand the reaction of the public, expecting more emotion, but I have evolved to a different place.
You were just damned if you do, damned if you don't. Yeah.
Yep.
If you had to go to lunch with either Lally or Brennan, who would you go to lunch with?
I would go with Brennan.
Oh, really? Okay.
I would go with Brennan. I feel that I make him very uncomfortable.
Your Honor, my brief review of the and looking at the hoodie, it appears that I made a mistake.
We've had some.
Oh, it's just a simple mistake. And I just got it out in court and tossed it around and showed everybody that it was road rash.
That Lally nor Laughlin stopped him or corrected him on, or in prep didn't say, Brennan, you're wrong. Duh. Look at the crime lab report. That to me,
I
they
know
should have gotten admonished.
I can see Karen's face, like looking back at him at that point. She's like,
yeah, glaring at
it
him.
was like when they did the coming into Aiden's hearing that ended up being her hearing, and she's turning around and like giving him that look, and he's looking at her like, I love it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Those
what
some
are
of my
they
favorite
doing
moments.
here?
Yeah.
She's just like, you idiot, you buffoon.
Could you imagine going out to lunch with Lally? Oh my God, you'd reek of cigarettes. He'd make you eat cheese sandwiches. Probably wouldn't know what to order.
All right, Freya. Jeez, oh.
Yeah, but he screwed that up fucking royally. I'm glad they didn't mistrial it because of that.
Yeah, that's what Emily C was saying. I mean, it deserved a mistrial, honestly, but I don't think they would have done
close.
it without
What
prejudice.
could be more egregious?
Yeah. I think if he wouldn't have argued the mistrial previously, that would have had a stronger chance. But at the same time, whether they gave it with or without prejudice, like if they gave it with prejudice, the AKR people, the media, like the people would keep saying, oh, she got off on technicality. And we didn't want that. We wanted her to be proven not guilty and in most eyes complete.
Yeah, that would have sucked.
All right, Freya.
Especially for her, you know, because we knew we were on a good run on the second trial. So him screwing that up almost would have been like, okay, we're fucking losing. Let me throw the game. And they'll have to retry her. And they would have filed them charges so fucking fast, make your damn head spin.
Stare-offs in the courtroom. Lally, I don't have pleasant thoughts about either one of them. I don't think they're honorable. I don't think they have integrity. I don't think they're honest. I wouldn't want to eat or watch either of them eat.
Yeah.
But I think I'd have better stories to tell eating with Hank Brennan.
I saw online everyone calls Lally Lullaby
listen?
and
116.
You have 1 minute, Mr. Lally. Wrap it up.
Lullaby Lally.
All consistent with pieces of taillight that are found within his clothing.
Ms. Gilman, if I could.
It's very monotone.
Yeah.
I was really surprised at how neither seemed to really prepare much. Like Lally might have read, I can't even remember. You know, when you don't practice a memory, you don't remember it anymore. And you tend not to want to practice painful memories. So I can't remember if Lally read, I think he did for his opening and closing arguments in the first trial, but Brennan did not. And I think he was trying, I'm guessing, if I had to guess, that he was trying to convey an ease with the subject matter, a comfort and familiarity and conviction in the subject matter, and an intelligence that I can speak extemporaneously about what this woman did. I know so well and I believe so strongly that she did it that I'm going to walk around and pontificate. And we were much more structured, but I know the details of this case. I know them, and I know he messed a lot of them up. And I mean, the jurors didn't have their notebooks in closing argument, so it was probably lost on them, luckily for Brennan, but he should have written, he should have written at least some bullets for the details, for the data points.
Clearly, this is a hypothetical question. If you could put at least 2 people involved in your case, inject them with truth serum, compel them to tell the truth, which 2 people would you choose?
A great question.
Michael Proctor and Brian Albert.
What would you hypothetically want to know or ask?
The truth.
About that night, about everything?
The night, the months. I have a pretty good guess of how things, I've seen these men, they were on tape sparring and shadow boxing just minutes before.
Making weird gestures to John, who was making weird gestures back.
I wouldn't say
Who's over
Proctor.
there?
I don't think Proctor knows shit.
No, I think she wants to know, Proctor, who put the tail light. Because, I mean, was it Berkowitz?
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
I want to know who was involved in framing me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did the tail light ever go to 34 Fairview?
I
Or
mean, we
just
only
put
know
it
3
back?
pieces did. I only think the original 3 pieces that the CERT team found did.
Yeah. The other ones went straight in the bag.
Yeah. Does anybody know where this interviewer is from?
Rotten
Like
Mango?
where her studio is? Yeah.
Oh,
I
don't.
remember. I'll look real quick, but I think she's in Florida.
Yeah, get us some bio. We can read. Drop her link in the chat again because she is
I was
awesome.
just curious, you know, since Karen's there in person, like how far she traveled for
She
the
does
interview.
a lot of videos. I've seen her Karen Reed videos
Oh no.
here and there while searching
Georgia.
for stuff.
But she
Georgia.
didn't start until after the verdict, is what Melanie Little was saying. So she's done kind of like a deep dive after the fact, is what I understood.
I couldn't tell you that.
And Karen got to come to Georgia.
Georgia.
Can you guys hear Freya? She's purring into the microphone.
I can't hear her on my phone. I'm just watching her. It looks like she's like on catnip or something. How crazy she's going. I keep seeing her tail like whacking you in the face.
I
and
don't
stuff.
know. I feel like she's trying to tell me something, but I don't know what it
He
is.
probably is. You're
We
ignoring
need
me, Mom. Danger,
about
danger.
5 more minutes of this, and we're going to shut her down and get ready to go ride some turtles.
It's so late. Tell Aiden to go at 9:30.
Do what?
Tell Aiden to go at 9:30. I just got here.
Oh, tell him to go at 9:30. Yeah, because I still want to finish this, and I still haven't even watched the Lifetime movie.
Yeah. Good. This is
That's a
going to
quick
take
one.
us 2 or 3 streams to get through. It's
Yeah, I
good.
missed a lot of comedy, apparently. I mean, I saw the Carrie Roberts. That was wonderful.
Just minutes before, I can surmise based on what I know of these people, what I know of John when he's been drinking, what I've seen of Colin Albert when I've had to cross paths with him. I can surmise what happened. I'm more curious about whom they had to enlist in other events that unfolded over the following months as we made headway, probably much to their disbelief.
Mm-hmm. Have you run into them since the trial? Any of them? Like in public? What would you do if you did?
That's a good question. I want to say no, but let me think about it. Like I was in a bar. I was at the Warren Tavern in Charlestown, and a girl who works there is a very staunch supporter. She was at many of the trial dates, and she had told me that Brian Albert had been in there. I know that I've missed Brian Albert a couple times. My guess is he is not embraced in Boston establishments the way I am. But no, I don't think I've run into. Thankfully, I don't care to see. I don't fantasize about it. I don't need to see any of these people.
What about like people who think you're guilty? Like, have you run into them in public? And how could you tell? Because is that what they say? How they act?
Yeah, I had one person out of, at this point, over several thousand, come up to me on Hanover Street. I was leaving a restaurant, Saraceno's, where the owners have been incredibly hospitable to me and my legal team throughout trial. We'd pop in there all the time. And some woman, very haggard, older woman, came up to me and asked me right outside the restaurant. We had just left. And she came up to me on the steps of Saraceno's and said, how can you smile? You, Karen Riiide, how can you smile? And before I could even, I'd not had an interaction like this at all. This was in November of 2024, between the two trials. I had not had an encounter like this. And the owners of Saraceno's, they also own like a coffee shop right next door. So they take up some real estate on that sidewalk. Several of them came out and all but chased her down the street with pitchforks. Shut up. You're ignorant. And she didn't seem to be of all her. Yeah, she didn't seem to be of all her wits. That is the only time that has happened.
That's
we've
amazing.
spent most of our time.
Damn.
That only one out of thousands. And you know how many people, there's been many more who believe she's guilty, have seen her out and don't have the nerve, to say anything. But that's still pretty interesting that only one has approached her. And that was even before the acquittal.
Boston Mass says this is her 4th time watching this interview. Sorry, it's still my first time. I'm sorry.
Mine too. I'm loving it.
I haven't finished it.
I'm glad we get to watch it. But I've got the redirect set for Turtleboy, so if you just hang out, I got a really short outro this time. And then you just hit go now, and it'll take you to Teeb's chat. So I'm just we'll hang out. I'm going to watch, make sure when he goes live, and I'll drop you in there. It'll only take a few seconds this time.
Yeah, I want to hear
Can I
Rambo.
pet that dog?
Rambo says that Brian Albert's the only killer in the house. I want to hear his response because someone's asking him why he thinks that.
Oh,
because he's a psychopath.
Probably because of...
He does have it. He's, other than Colin, he's the only one with a documented history of violence that we know of. And Colin's, I don't even know that I would say it's violence. It's just hot-headedness.
Yeah, he's a big.
Well, we know Higgy has a temper.
And
there was a temper tantrum.
Extremely drunk.
Yeah.
I mean, I see him more as like a whiny baby versus someone who's going to like step up and like get in somebody's face, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows? Like, I could totally see like Higgins getting all amped up and then kind of wussing out.
I mean, honestly, for all we know, it could have been as harmless as play fighting, like that was going on in the bar, and he tripped and hit his head. I mean, we don't know. It really could have been that innocent. I don't know what I believe. I don't think it was premeditated by any means.
Right.
I don't either. But I think they all like got each other amped up and they fed off each other's energy, and it just kind
Yeah,
of.
Can we
because of the
listen to
footage
the?
at the end of the bar. Yeah.
Let's listen to this while we wait, real quick. It's only 30 seconds. Hold on, let me restart it.
Oh yeah, Tori, that's true. Well, that could be from hitting his head too.
Come on, it was just playing. Give me a second. See why this thing ain't playing.
I can't hardly even see it on my phone. Was that something on Will's stream?
No.
Oh.
What you doing there, video?
Yeah, the eyes don't make me think so much as punches versus the fractures in the skull. Not just in the rear, but there was obvious fractures both sides. Like, you know, it was a beating versus a fall.
And a dog bite.
Maybe they took that down or something. Why it won't play?
No.
What was it?
It was a clip of JFK and Jason Brillin talking about confronting Will.
Oh my god.
I mean, the only thing I've heard them say that they want to ask him is about what he said about Lauren. Is there more to their interview that I've missed?
Oh, apparently that's all they want to ask.
Damn
So
it,
I don't know.
No, that's just what everyone's dying to know. Is
I don't know why
why would
that's
you
a
say that?
big interview.
Cheryl posted that. I wonder how
Oh
fast
my
Cheryl could send it to me. It's only 25 seconds.
Oh, Suffolk County.
Suffolk County.
Yeah,
Wonder why
I
I won't
haven't.
play. It was just playing.
I haven't understood that whole approach because I haven't been listening to them. I've just seen it in clips that people have covered or whatever. But it's like the plan is for 3 people or 4 people to pay for airfare to go to Tennessee to ask something that they could just send them a link for.
Right.
That's the big gotcha.
No, they're
And he's
threatening
already
him, but
stated
they're trying to make it look like they're not threatening him, is what they're doing.
I mean, he's already stated he stands by what he says. I don't even remember, you know, what he said. I mean, I've heard people say that it was offensive to her family or whatever, but
Why is her family watching?
I don't.
Right, like
No one
why
has
would
said
her
they
family
are.
know?
That's
You
what
know,
I'm
Because they
with,
saying.
probably ran back and told them.
I mean,
Exactly.
obviously, like James going and telling them or something, but you
But
know, the
why would
first
you do
time
that?
because you want drama, you know,
Yeah,
but the
but
first
then
time
isn't
that
it you that's
Analytical, you don't have to go
doing the
anywhere.
hurtful
I will
thing?
transport you there. You can
But
just stay in here and I'll transport you into the chat.
the first time that I heard James tell that story was on one of his own personal streams about going out of town, coming back to her, finding her, you know, in bad shape, and the questioning and all. I never heard there was anything suspicious about her passing as far as a police report or anything. And the
Yes,
only
we
thing I've
ride
heard,
with Will the Glarer.
Can we
all
keep
I
it
heard
real?
do.
Can we keep
is
it
that
real?
people have questions. That's all I've heard. It's not that anyone has said he M'd her or she OD'd because of him.
Right.
Like, I haven't heard accusations like that. I've just heard people have questions.
It's not about her.
I guess it's like, I guess it was one specific thing Will said. I don't.
No, they're looking for something. Anything that they can,
Yeah.
you know, like the little words that they find and things, and then they call everyone racist and like that's
Like
how
the same way they were looking for the recording to come out so they could be mad
It's
for
like
real.
they're like surgeons that are like looking through
Yeah.
all of the
Can we keep it real?
science.
Nobody cares about that here. So might as well go somewhere else
It's
with those.
sad, so.
I
Those
just had a
touch lines
question
ain't gonna
because I
get
didn't
nobody in here.
understand. I didn't understand the whole going to tennis, what the purpose was. That's the only question I've heard them
No.
say they had for him.
1 minute. So
That's how
just
you
in
make
case,
threats,
ladies,
and
say
then
your goodbyes, and then you can talk.
Who
Because
all
you
is
do your
going to
goodbyes now.
Turtle Boy's hearing?
I will be there.
I'm so pissed I can't get the day
I
off.
know you were saying that.
I'm gonna still try, but
Ooh,
I'm sure you can
let's
pull some
do
strings
this.
before then.
All right, Mary B, you got to read these. I forgot. We got to go quick.
Chats.
Oh, I'm
Read
reading them.
quick.
Okay. Diane G says, holds nose. Good game, players. Spanky.
good game players.
The virtual juror for $5. Welcher, $599,735.45. Brennan, $566,000. It's absolutely insane. Yes, it is.
It is.
Clay's godmother, $499. Love you guys. XOXO from Buffalo, Tammy.
Nice.
Analytical Blarney AB, $1.99. Happy countdown time. Love all of you. See you at tea.
Love you too.
And Analytical Blarney AB again at $1.99. Look at you doing all the things. Thanks, Danny. Diane G for $5. Petting that dog gives me something to look forward to. Well, and weed too. I guess. Thunderhorse 2003, $4.99 super sticker. Thank you.
Nice.
BLT Media YTC, $5.01. Does adding 1 cent make the last one count? We can pretend.
Yeah.
Karen, $5. No comment. Diane G gifted 5 Rat House Media memberships.
Nice.
Thank you, Diane G.
B Crumbs 937 gifted 10 Rat House Media memberships.
Hell yeah. Spend that money, B.
Lawleen Harkness gifted 10 Rat House Media memberships. Thank you,
Thank you,
Lawleen.
Lawleen.
Lawleen Harkness for $5. I'll gladly start the super chat train. All aboard.
Choo choo.
Alessi's girl for $5 says, love the rats. Thanks for a great stream.
Great.
Great. And you got frosted flakes.
0317 for $4.99. No comment. Steph B became a YouTube member. Welcome.
Welcome.
Krista limited edition for, I think that's Canada money, $6.99. Puff Puff Pass. Love seeing you guys grow your Channa.
I haven't seen Krista in a while, I don't think.
No, it's great to see you.
Yeah, she's been back in the chats. She
Okay.
She had some health stuff to deal with.
Well, glad you're back, Krista.
Southeast Sally gifted 5 Rat House Media memberships. Thank you.
Thank you.
Say your goodbyes, lady. That's it. Teebs is on the prowl.
Good night, panel and Danny. Good night, ChatRats.
Good night.
Thank you for hanging out. We'll see you up in the chat. In 10 seconds. This is going to be quick.
Let us
You
go,
ready?
Danny. Let us go and
What?
feed us, please.
Go see what?
I said, let us go and feed us now. Our water
Yes.
bowls are empty.
Yeah.
Cool. Everybody to your
And I will not be intimidated. I will not be silenced. And we will continue on our journey for justice for John O'Keefe and for Karen Riiiide.